Ash's Kalos team is his most popular team in the entire Pokemon anime series. And with the most recent Pokemon game being set in the Kalos region, Legends ZA, we can now ask the question, can Ash's Kalos team beat Legends ZA? The game starts and we officially arrive in Lumiose City. Then we meet Tawny, and unfortunately we gotta ditch all 3 starters, but Chikorita's the best one. I don't care what anyone says, Chikorita wins. Then we kind of get thrown straight into the ZA Royale, but the Goat Floette comes out the cut and almost knocks off the niggas that tried to attack us. Then we also meet the very fine Professor. Oh my goodness, bro. And now we have our true starter, which is of course Pikachu. Yes, the Pikachu has a light ball, but I'm trying to be like Ash, bro, so Pikachu has to be strong. And he is strong, bro. He's shredding through early game. Now it's time for our first rank up match against my boy Ledzia Turndale Zach. Though I am a wee bit concerned because we only have Pikachu still, but we are holding a light ball and we do have an overpowered moveset for the start of the game. So the battle against Zach starts. It's a 3-on-1. I forgot he has 3 Pokemon. But Pikachu destroys a Slowpoke with Thunderbolt. Then he brings in Pidgey, who was very obviously Pikachu dinner. We one-shot him with Electro Web. Then he brings in his Pikachu. And this fight kicks off with a quick attack clash. We're moving just like the anime, bro. Now our HP is getting kind of low, so I'm a little bit concerned, but my Pikachu's the GOAT, and we lock in and knock him out with Thunderbolt, and that wins us the battle. And I feel so bad for Zach, bro. He's canonically bullied by Lumiose City. And with that, we go from rank Z to rank Y. Then we meet Emma, and I gotta say, her design in this game is phenomenal, bro. She is adorable. And she also enjoys Naruto, bro. W character. We head back to Hotel Z for dinner, but this is the nastiest thing I've ever seen, bro. What the hell is croissant curry? So I searched up croissant curry, and not gonna lie, bro, that looks pretty. I would try it. That looks pretty decent. I'll give it a shot. The next day arrives and we meet Old Man Tarragon and his construction crew. Then we head to this coffee truck next, which definitely had nothing to do with Team Flare. Not at all. No. Why would it be Team Flare? What am I saying? Then we meet Vinny, and Vinny is the cleanest nigga in this entire game, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Then we meet Ivor, and bro, ZA has a cast of goated character designs. This dude looks so sick. I want to battle him so badly. But nope, we gotta fight one of his grunts instead. But I'm not concerned at all. We are still at the point in the game where early game Pikachu can still one-shot everything he fights with a single Thunderbolt. After doing 3 different side quests, we have a battle against Emma. We win with ease, but turns out whole time she could have bodied us, which has a Mega Ampharos in the back. Now it's time to finally start adding more Pokemon to our team, but something crazy happens. Yeah, full odds, shiny Fletchling, but we'll get back to that. So now we gotta do this big ass obstacle course, all so that we can get Froakie on our team. Not a problem though, because I am a parkour master. No joke, by the way, this is high school Brayden doing parkour. Yeah, I know I look terrible in high school. Anyway, we have secured Froakie on our team. Now back to that shiny Fletchling. Look, bro, listen. Ash did not have a shiny Talonflame, so you know what that means. We say goodbye to our shiny Fletchling, capture our normal regular colored Fletchling instead. Now it's time for our next rank up match, and I want Froakie to cook this time because Pikachu's been carrying way too much. So the rank up match starts, and off rip, Froakie's already getting cooked by a damn Spritzy, bro. Like, first of all, Fairy Wind should not do that much damage, but it all goes downhill when Froakie gets crit by this freaking Spritzy, bro. Why are we losing to a Spritzy? This is going terribly. We bring in Fletchling next to get the revenge KO against Spritzy at least, but then Swirlix comes in and Swirlix starts whooping Fletchling's ass, bro. So once again, Pikachu is forced to carry. He knocks out Swirlix with Iron Tail and then one-shots Vivian with a single Thunderbolt, bro. And with that, we are up to rank X. The next day arrives and we are challenged by Noivern to a battle. And I am determined to make sure that Froakie gets at least 1 win here. He's fighting a Spinarak, doing good damage with Bubble Beam, but it has X-Scissor and Absorb, but Froakie barely takes the win. Up next, he brings in Sableye. I'm not sure what I thought was gonna happen here because there was no way in hell that sorry-ass Fletchling was gonna take down Sableye. So we bring in Pikachu, who knocks out Sableye. Then Noivern brings in his Scraggy and actually does some pretty good damage to Pikachu with Rock Smash, but we're still able to knock him out with a combination of Quick Attack and Electro Web. Not gonna lie, bro, Noivern is tough. And now it's time for our next rank up match. And once again, I am hard focusing on Froakie, bro. We need him to evolve. The battle starts and it's Venipede against Froakie. I am determined to give Froakie a win right here, and after skillfully dodging that Pin Missile, we knock out the Venipede with Bubble Beam. Then Roselia comes in next. Now it's Fletchling's turn to get a W, and it's actually getting its ass beat by Roselia, bro. It's not looking good for us at all. But with 5 HP and its pride as a flying type on the line, Fletchling barely takes down Roselia. Up next, Kadabra comes in, and Pikachu does 9 million damage to him with Iron Tail and takes him down. and just barely knocks out his last Pokemon Furfrou. Now we're up to rank W. Now we can evolve Fletchling into Fletchinder and capture our next Pokemon, Hawlucha. We did have a battle against Lita, but her team is mostly water types, which means Pikachu just cleans them all up easily. And it's already time for our next rank up match against Rintaro. But before that, there's something very important we have to do. We have to go onto the ranked ladder of ZA because there's a very, very important item that we need for the rest of the game. We might as well get it right now. And somehow, some way, this absolute garbage team is actually cooking on ranked. Like, what? With Pikachu alone, we somehow tied for second place, bro. We were only 1 kill off from first place, too. And now that we have the item we need, we can get back to playing the game. Our rank up match against Rintaro starts. And we are starting things off with Hawlucha. He's got a pretty decent moveset for this match, and with Wing Attack and Aerial Ace, we take down Semi Stage with ease. Then he brings in Simipour. Freest Pikachu KO of all time. And his last Pokemon is Simisear. And I don't know how, but Froakie is actually having a tough time against this Fire Monkey. It makes no sense. But Froakie does still take down Simisear in the end, but just barely. With that, we rise up to rank V, and now we can finally evolve Froakie into Frogadier. But right when we walk outside, we're confronted by Zygarde. Then he just grabs me and flings me to the roof of a building, bro. How strong is this dog? But now it's time for our first ever Rogue Mega fight. We get to borrow a Lucario from AZ, and with Mega Evolution, this first Rogue Mega fight was super easy. Now we can go for our next Pokemon, which is Goomy. And turns out, bro is almost level 40, man. What the hell? Next, we arrive at Quasartico Inc., and we are instantly jumped by 2 Guardian Dedenne. But of all Pokemon to stand guard, why Dedenne? Like, this was way too easy, bro. What a joke. Then we're greeted by the GOAT Vinny, and turns out our next rank up match is against him, and I'm kind of stressed out about this one, bro. My nigga Vinny is no joke, bro. He leads Houndoom while I lead Pikachu, and Vinny goes for a Fire Spin, and we're taking continuous damage, and I'm on my anime shit, bro, because we go down the exact same time. So then Sharpedo comes in, and we go with Hawlucha. And Hawlucha's quick as hell, bro. We dodge Whirlpool, hit him with Brick Break, and then knock him out with Aerial Ace. Then he brings in Baniri? Like, why? We started with Houndoom to Sharpedo, and now we got Baniri? Where did this one come from? Now it's time for Vinny's Ace Drampa. Did y'all see how clean he is, bro? Look at the way he Mega Evolves his Drampa. He's moving like Iron Man, bro. He's so tough. Vinny's Mega Drampa absolutely cooks my Hawlucha. And I tried to use Frogadier for some extra experience points, but oh my gosh, bro. This Drampa is strong as hell. So we bring in our secret weapon, Goomy. And this little bastard already has Dragon Balls, bro. He destroys Mega Drampa. This win actually takes us all the way up to rank F. Now that Tawny and I are both rank F, we get hired by Quasartico Inc. to take on Rogue Mega Pokemon. And our Goomy evolves into Sliggoo, and Fletchinder evolves into Talonflame. And we can't forget the GOAT Greninja. So the first Rogue Mega fight is against Rogue Mega Slowbro. And if not for Pikachu, bro, this fight would have been way more difficult than it was. Then we face Rogue Mega Victreebel, who Talonflame bodied, and we face Rogue Mega Camera. Now, we may not have Ash Greninja, but we do have Mega Greninja, as close as we'll get. And before you're all like, he never had a Mega Greninja, but you're really shiny Fletchling, my video, my rule. We head back to Hotel Z, where Zygarde confronts us, and we get challenged to a battle by him. But our newly evolved Goodra absolutely shreds Zygarde. Then we meet Lysander, and I still do not understand how bro is alive. Let's not forget the last time we saw this nigga, he was consumed by this giant explosion. But now it's time for our next rank up match. And this time it's against Canary, and my nigga Naveen freaks out when he sees that we're against her. And the glaze is diabolical, bro. He's not even cheering for us. But we beat some sense to Naveen, and he agrees to help us find where Canary stays at. And to do that, we entered a Canary whiz quiz contest or whatever. There's this Chud like super fan who's here too, bro. Look at this dude, he's a Reddit monitor. We know what you are, bro. Anyway, we crushed the whiz quiz contest and have to battle against the Discord Chud or whatever his name is. He's got Raichu, and we're using Pikachu, bro. We're going just like the anime. I'm telling you, dog, I am Ash. And these two are actually going at it, bro. He's putting up a pretty good fight. Pikachu won that with only 8 HP left. So we finally know where Canary is, but first things first, we gotta face her granddad, Tarragon. He's rocking a pretty tough team of ground types, but Greninja can absolutely cook this guy. But then he brings in his Ace Excadrill and Mega Evolves it. And I try to counter that with our Mega Greninja, but he has X-Scissor and actually knocks out my Greninja. We lost the 1v1 somehow, bro. So I bring in Pikachu and knock out Excadrill with Iron Tail solely because I'm still mad that Ash's Pikachu lost against Iris's Excadrill in Black and White. Now it's finally time for our rank up match against Canary, and she's an absolute cutie, bro. And she's rocking the best type Electric. And look at bro's run, dog. Oh my gosh, that run is phenomenal. But to my surprise, this just putting up a damn good fight and actually ties with Pikachu going down at the exact same time. Then Ampharos comes in, and I'm ready to have Goodra shred her entire team. Her Ampharos does have Dragon Ball, so we tank it and knock out her Ampharos with ease. Then Goodra also takes out the incoming Stun Fist. Then comes her Ace Electros, and she Mega Evolves it. And I gotta say, bro, I love Mega Electros. It's actually messing Goodra up pretty well, but we get a huge Dragon Pulse crit, and we're able to knock out Electros with the takedown. Now we're up to rank E, and Canary starts cursing us out after losing, bro. This is a kid's game. What's she doing? Now it's time for some more Rogue Mega fights, and first we're against Rogue Mega Beedrill. But with that typing, there's only so much that Beedrill can do to Talonflame, so this is a pretty easy match. Then we fight Rogue Mega Bayonet, and this one is so annoying because because this Mega keeps making a bunch of damn clones. I can't find the real one. This fight took forever, but Greninja's able to win it for us. And lastly, we faced Mega Hawlucha, and this one was absolute cake for Pikachu, bro. All we gotta do is put Electro Weapon and spam T-Bolt, and it's an easy win. So we do get Hawlucha's Mega Stone, but Ash obviously does not have a Mega Hawlucha, so we will not be using this thing. Now it's time for our next rank up match, and we finally get to fight against Ivor. We go to the Justice Dojo, but it turns out that Ivor's little sister has gone missing, and for some reason it's our problem. But thankfully we have Emma helping us. So we head down into the sewers, and it's here that we can catch our final Pokemon, Noibat. Now I'm trying to get Noibat to evolve ASAP because Noibat is such a bad Pokemon, but it's just so weak that it's so hard to train. So we get stopped by one of these locked gates, and we try getting Klefki to help us, but he has the wrong key apparently or something like that. So Ivor decides to just punch the entire gate down, and it actually works. And you know what? I am all for it, bro. Hell yeah, Ivor. Then we finally find Ivor's lost sister, Gwen, and it turns out the entire time she was hiding from him. Then we're forced to battle against her and her team of all ghost-type Pokemon. And I'm trying my absolute best to get Noibat some experience, bro, but this Pokemon he's just so bad that he does no damage to the Bayonet. So Greninja comes in and takes down Bayonet. Talonflame knocks out Gourgeist. Then she brings in her H-Chandelure and Mega Evolves it, and we bring in our Greninja and match her with Mega Greninja, and Greninja absolutely destroyed Mega Chandelure, bro. She stood no chance. And with that, Noibat has finally evolved into Noivern. And our Kalos team for Ash is officially complete. Look at these guys, bro. What an iconic team. Now we can officially face against Ivor. To no one's surprise, he's rocking a team of all fighting type Pokemon, so I figured that Noivern would have a field day here. And Noivern does take down Heracross, but it gets hit by Rock Blast and takes a lot of damage in the process. Then Ivor brings in Medicham and blocks Hurricane with Protect and proceeds to one-shot Noivern with Ice Punch. We go into Talonflame next, and Talonflame takes down Medicham with Brave Bird. And Ivor brings in Machamp next. Machamp eats Talonflame's Brave Bird and takes it down with Brick Break. And you know I had to bring in Hawlucha next, bro. We gotta get that anime rivalry going. It's just way too iconic. These two are boxing, but Hawlucha takes down Machamp with a combo of Flying Press and Brick Break. Now it's time for Ivor's ace, Mega Fallings. And I really wanted Hawlucha to win this, but he's getting his ass absolutely whooped, bro. Especially when he goes for no retreat. He almost takes down Fallings with Brick Break and Lunge, but Rock Slide finishes Hawlucha off. We bring in Pikachu to finish off the Fallings, and Pikachu gets one shot by a single Brick Break. So we're forced to bring in Mega Greninja to take on that Fallings, and we're finally able to knock out that demon with a Water Shuriken, bro. That was way too close. Now we're up to rank D. Then we get a mysterious call from a very mysterious person. And it turns out, thanks to Tanya, we have beef with the Rust Syndicate. Yeah, she owes them a lot of money, and now it's our problem thanks to her. So we're forced to battle against the big bruiser himself, Felipe. And he's rocking a team of all Steel-type Pokemon. So Greninja knocks out his Steels with Water Shuriken. Talonflame just barely knocks out his Scizor. He brings in his ace, Skarmory, and Mega Evolves it, and I love Mega Skarmory. I think it's sick. Skarmory one-shots Pikachu with Drill Run, so we're forced to rely on Mega Greninja again, and he thankfully takes down Mega Skarmory, but damn, bro, this game's starting to get hard. We head inside, and now it's time to meet the big bad boss of the Rust Syndicate, Corbo himself, and Corbo was clean, bro. I love this character. So thanks to Tanya, we are now forced to work for Corbo until who knows how long. And our first job is to take care of some Rogue Mega battles. First up is Rogue Mega Barbarico, and this one was crazy, bro. He's literally teleporting and throwing hands and firing Hyper Beams. Like, that one was actually really hard. Then we fight Mega Mawile next. So the main problem with Ash's Kalos team is that a lot of them are weak to fairy types, and we can only really use Talonflame in this battle, and Talonflame is not that strong of a Pokemon. This wasn't hard, it just took forever. And lastly, we fight Mega Ampharos too. This one also took a long time, as we had to spam Goodra the whole time. Our next job from Corbo is to beat up some ghost type Pokemon that are causing trouble inside of a house. So we have Pikachu and Greninja take care of the ghost types, and we have our next job from Corbo already, bro. He is putting us to work. So we clean up a bunch of Mega Shards from the sewers. Then we meet these rich fancy pants people that are bullying little kids. We're forced to battle against them, and one guy has a team of all Dragon types who Noivern took care of, and the other girl has a team of all fairy types that Talonflame took care of. And yet, we are still not done working for Corbo. Except this time we get to battle alongside him against a man who was harassing Jet and Tanya. And this feels so unfair, bro. Did we really have to 2v1 that poor guy? Like, I'm pretty sure that one of us would have been just fine against him. And now Corbo finally seems satisfied, and we are finally free from working for him. Now it's time for our next rank up match, and it's of course against Corbo. I can finally beat his ass for making me get a job, bro. I hate jobs. Corbo is rocking the all poison type team. He leads Arbok, and I lead Pikachu, and Pikachu gives us a fantastic start by taking out Corbo's Arbok with absolute ease. Then he weirdly brings in Gyarados. Not sure why. He gets one shot by Pikachu, of course. Next up is Roserade. Pikachu is way too weak to win this, and he goes down to Sludge Bomb, but he does land an Iron Tail before he faints. Then Hawlucha comes in and cleans up Roserade. Then Corbo brings in his Ace Scolipede and Mega Evolves it. His Mega animation is so dramatic, bro. I love it. And Mega Scolipede is just as cool as he is. I tried getting Talonflame to 1v1 the Scolipede, but it protects Flame Wheel, and Brave Bird is not doing as much damage as I was gonna do, and Gunk Shot does way too much. Talonflame does not win this 1v1, bro. So we of course match Mega for Mega, and Greninja takes down Mega Scolipede. Now we're up to rank C. So now we're all just chilling in Lumiose City, and we get approached by a character named Lebane. She's a part of some rich fancy pants groups called the Society Connoisseur Battlers, whatever they're called. I don't like them, they piss me off. And we get fitted up into the cleanest suit of all time, so we're gonna pull up on those rich niggas and make them look crazy. So we head to the super rich fancy hotel, and it turns out that we were invited here by the leader of the group, a lady named Jocelyn. Jocelyn's design is flawless, 10 out of 10 character. And it turns out the whole gang is here, but right when the tournament's about to start, we get an alert about Rogue Mega Pokemon going crazy in the city. First, we gotta take on Rogue Mega Frostlass. Greninja went absolutely crazy here, bro. This was a piece of cake. Then we take on Rogue Mega Altaria, and this has to be the absolute worst typing for Ash's Kalos team to go against, bro. Dragon Fairy destroys all 6 of my Pokemon. I had to spam Talonflame Steel when he doesn't do any actual damage. And lastly, we face Rogue Mega Venusaur. And you know, Talonflame may not be the strongest Pokemon, but it's putting in so much work in these Rogue Mega battles. We head back to the hotel where a purple gate appears and Lebane is back. Turns out that Jocelyn is mad because we ditched our tournament or whatever, so now Lebane has come to bring us back to the hotel so that we can compete in the fancy tournament. Our Noiverns begin clashing, and I am very confident in mine to beat hers, but hers is doing so much damage to me, we actually lose 1v1 against her Noivern. Pikachu comes in and knocks out Noivern, and then she brings in her Tyrantrum. I keep Pikachu in and try to go for an Iron Tail, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, and we die to Earthquake. Now Hawlucha's up, but he's not doing that much damage to Tyrantrum, but he's finally able to take him down with a combination of Brick Break, Aerial Ace, and Lunge. It should not have taken that many moves to knock out this one Tyrantrum, bro. I think it was really bulky. Garchomp comes in next, and this one has me a little bit nervous. We obviously Hawlucha can't beat this thing, but she goes for a Swords Dance, and I think we might be cooked now, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. We bring in Mega Greninja, and I'm hoping and praying we have enough strength to knock this guy out, and we do have Water Shuriken, thank God. Now it's time for Lebane's Ace Dragalge, who she Mega Evolves, and her Mega animation is also very dramatic, but I'm not really a huge fan of Lebane. The issue with Dragalge's Mega Evolution is that it's really bulky. Greninja can't really do enough damage to this guy, but we're 1v1ing him still. And matter of fact, Greninja is able to take him down. And lo and behold, our next rank up match is against Jocelyn. So we head back to the rich hotel to compete in the tournament. And this bastard Jocelyn, of course, put herself in the finals off rip. We fight Canary in round 1 and absolutely fold her. We fight Ivor in round 2, where Hawlucha swept his entire team like an absolute goat. Then we face Corbeau once again, and we once again put him in the ground. But before we can face Jocelyn, Zygarde appears. It goes into his 50% form and challenges us to a battle. And this was actually kind of difficult, bro. Dragon Pulse does absolutely no damage to him, and he's dogging my Noivern. Even Goodra almost faints. We barely won this battle against Zygarde, bro. That was actually really tough. Zygarde dips, and now we can finally face Jocelyn. She's rocking a team of all fairy type Pokemon, and I lead Pikachu, and oh my gosh, bro. Pikachu one-shots Carbon with Iron Tail. She brings in Mawile, who Pikachu one-shots with Thunderbolt. She brings in Auroras, who Pikachu decides to one-shot with Iron Tail. Then she brings in Gardevoir, who Pikachu destroys with Iron Tail and Electro Web. She brings in their ace, Mega Clefable, and I'm sure you can guess what happened, bro. Pikachu destroyed it even through Protect with Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, and Iron Tail. Pikachu's sweet, bro. Now we're up to rank B. It's time to take on the last few Rogue Mega Pokemon, starting with Mega Dragonite. With Goodra on our team, was this absolute cake. Easy fight. Then we face Rogue Mega Tyranitar next. With Hawlucha, we couldn't possibly fail this fight, bro, but it was kind of hard dodging those giant Stone Edge. Then we fight that creepy bastard Mega Starmie. Easy fight, but Mega Starmie freaks me out, man. I think it's terrifying. And now it's time for our final rank up match against Grisham. Except we have no idea who that guy is, so we gotta ask Emma for some help. And after boxing her and her Mega Malamar, we're told to ask the Fine Professor to help us. And we're told to ask the coffee truck. So we head to Team Flare's old headquarters where the coffee people meet us, and we get called a good little boy. Okay, Grizel. We then get challenged to a battle by Grizel, and she has like all fire types, bro. This is an absolute field day for Greninja. Even her ace, the very cool, by the way, Mega Pyro, got destroyed by Greninja. So we head inside Team Flare's old hideout, and we enter Lysander Labs, and I love this part of the game. I feel like it's been so long since we got to explore like a secret hideout of a main villain team. Now that we know who Grisham is, it's time for the final rank up battle. Not gonna lie to you, I am nervous, bro. Grisham's team is actually insane. He opens with Pangoro, and we lead with Pikachu, of course. This is a full 6-on-6 battle anime style, and Pikachu crits through Protect and knocks out Quick Attack. Pyroar comes in next. We get hit with Snarl, which weakens Pikachu, so he doesn't do as much damage Thunderbolt, and then he takes Pikachu down with Earth Power. But then Pyroar walks into the web and knocks himself out. Then Tyranitar comes in. Noivern gets obliterated by the combination of Ice Punch and Stone Edge. So we bring Hawlucha in for the quad super effective fighting type moves, but we get frozen by Ice Punch, and we're just frozen midair, bro. And he knocks us out with Stone Edge, Brick Break, and another Ice Punch. Then we try Greninja next, and he gets absolutely destroyed by a crit Stone Edge and Earthquake. Dude, this single Tyranitar is running through the entire team. Goodra is able to finally knock that monster out, but at this point, bro, it's just way too late. He brings in his Salamence, Goodra does good damage and actually takes it down with takedown, but like I said, bro, he's got too many mons left. Here comes the Malamar. Goodra hits a takedown, but he goes down to side shock, and we actually end up losing to Grisham, bro. This is so embarrassing. And it's all thanks to that Ice Punch freeze, bro, but we are back for the rematch. But it's already off to a bad start, bro. Unlike last time, Pikachu was unable to take down Pangoro. He closes the gap with Bullet Punch, and then knocks Pikachu out with Brick Break. We bring Noivern in next, and Noivern just barely gets to win against Pangoro. Then comes that damn Tyranitar. Hawlucha needs his get back badly, bro. We bring him in, and we don't get frozen this time. Brick Break does tons of damage, and we take down Tyranitar with Flying Press. Malamar comes in now, and we have lunge for this thing, and it doesn't one-shot him. We get hit by Hypnosis, but we still take him down with Brick Break and another Flying Press. That's Hawlucha's going crazy, bro. He's putting in so much work into this battle. Salamence comes in. Now it's time for Salamence versus Noivern, just like the anime. But instead of a tie like the anime, Noivern gets freaking obliterated by Draco Meteor. He did his best. He did his best. But then Talonflame also gets bodied by that same Salamence, bro. We're getting clapped again. Goodra thankfully comes in and takes down Salamence, working off another Draco Meteor. Then Goodra also takes down Pyro, leaving Grisham with one Pokemon left. It's a Charizard in the ring, just like the Kalos League final. Grisham Mega evolves his Charizard, and it just had to be Mega Charizard X. Charizard obliterates Goodra, and of course comes down to Greninja versus Mega Charizard X. I am getting bad anime flashbacks. We all know how this fight went. And these two titans are going at it just like the anime, bro. Ash Greninja versus Mega Charizard X is one of the craziest fights ever. We all know how it ended. It ended terribly for Ash. But redemption is here. Greninja takes down Mega Charizard, and we rise to rank A. And with that, it's now time for the game's climax. Lumio's tower drank too much Pepto-Bismol because it's glowing bright pink. So now we have to battle against Tawny to decide who goes to the top of the tower. She opens with Meowstic, and we lead with Pikachu. And Pikachu gives us a great start by taking out her Meowstic. She brings in Feraligatr next, and thanks to the light screen, Pikachu can't one-shot with Thunderbolt, and Feraligatr takes down Pikachu with Breaking Swipe. So we bring Hawlucha in to take care of Feraligatr. That's exactly what he does. Tawny brings her Goodra in next, and Hawlucha takes down Goodra with Brick Break, but also gets blown up by Draco Meteor. Then she sends Avalanche in, who one-shots Talonflame with Stone Edge. So then our Goodra comes in and knocks out the Avalanche. She brings in Magnetric next, and Magnetric is absolutely dogging Noivern. We get hit by Thunder and get paralyzed. Then we get crit by Overheat, hit by Snarl, but Noivern is locked in and just barely gets the knockout on Magnetric. Then comes her ace Mega Emboar. Noivern gets cooked badly, and Goodra is scorched by Flare Blitz. So once again, it all comes down to Mega Greninja. And with ease, he destroys Mega Emboar. So even though we beat Tawny, she still Mega Balls Floette and goes to the top of the tower. What was the point of even battling then? That's when the tower explodes to life and just turns into a giant freaking demon, bro. And now there's an entire army of rogue Mega Pokemon attacking Lumiose City. And I gotta say, bro, these are some of the hardest battles in the entire Pokemon franchise. We do no damage to these rogue Mega Pokemon. But we finally meet up with Zygarde, and he goes into his 100% form. I gotta say, bro, 100% Zygarde is too clean, bro. He's so tough. Then we have to battle against the actual tower itself, and these giant vines are firing out the ground. And it just feels right to do this with Greninja and Greninja alone. This honestly might be a top 5 climax in the entire Pokemon franchise, bro. We never had anything like this before in the Pokemon game. Zygarde locks in and finally nukes Prism Tower with Core Enforcer. We'll call the tower LeBron James, but it's still got one more in him. That's when we finally get to Mega Evolve Zygarde, and I think Mega Zygarde is so tough, bro. We got that giant cannon on his arm. Prism Tower fires one last beam, and Zygarde completely nukes that beam with Nihil Light, saving Lumiose City. Tawny and Floette are safe, AZ dies, and we have completed Pokemon Legends ZA using Ash's full Kalos team. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. This was so much fun to do, and I have plenty of others planned. Like I have an Ash Alola team planned. I have an Ash Kalos team for X and Y plan. I have an Ash Hoenn team for Mega. You get the idea. Anyway, thank you for watching. Peace.